Fun fact you might not know about me. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. To this day, I still think it is one of the creepiest films ever made. James Cameron's Aliens, one of the best sequels ever made. Alien 3, I tolerate, and the rest I try not to think about if I can help it. That's where I am with this franchise these days. In fact, another fun tidbit, one of the first videos I ever made on here was me sitting in my basement bitching into the ether about how god-awful Alien vs. Predator Requiem was. But please don't look for that video. I like to think I've gotten better at this YouTube thing since then. So yeah, it's been a dark couple of decades for the Alien series. There was a time, yes, when I was optimistic that Prometheus might salvage things because, in my defense, those trailers did look pretty awesome, but then the movie turned out the way it turned out, and I haven't had much hope for the franchise since then. And less now that we're in an era where Hollywood hacks treating any beloved IP they can sink their claws into like something you might step in if your septic tank was overflowing seems to be the trendy thing to do. But that first Romulus teaser was really cool. I'm not gonna say it gave me hope. I'm in I'll believe it when I see it mode these days, but it did make me want to see more, and that's as far as I'm willing to go right now. I've kind of avoided news about this movie. Is it a reboot, a sequel, a prequel? I don't know. I'm gun shy about all those things at this point. All I know is what the teaser showed us, and it did look promising, but so did the Prometheus trailers, so let's tread carefully here. Believe me, I'd love to feel excited about a Xenomorph movie again, but I've been burned many times, so they've got a lot of convincing to do. Let's watch.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
Man, what could go wrong? I like the sets. Looks a lot like the Nostromo. We had some imagery that's evocative of the original film. Very nice.
What's happening?
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the
I don't know,
water?
there's just something in the fucking water. Who's hunting us?
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Ugh. Nice, just spelling out the title one line at a time, just like in the trailer of the original film. That's a nice touch.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Wow. Okay. Okay. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but this was really f***ing cool. This looks like it's recaptured that nightmarish, claustrophobic feel of Ridley Scott's Alien, like all the sequels and reboots and requels and whatever the f*** since the James Cameron movie have been trying and failing to do. I absolutely refuse to get my hopes up, but it looks like they may have actually gotten this right. God, the aesthetic of this thing is pitch perfect. Practical sets, limited CG. The ship looks a lot like the Nostromo did. There's a lot of imagery that's definitely trying to be evocative of scenes from the original film. I do wonder if there might be too much of that, though. There's acid eating through multiple decks, a girl crawling around in the ventilator shafts. You can easily tell which scenes they're doing callbacks to, and callbacks are fine, just, you know, don't try to make the original movie all over again. But otherwise, this looks pretty damn good. There isn't a whole lot to go on, but that's okay. You can kind of guess at what the basic story is. It looks like some people are stuck on some shitty space colony they don't want to be on. They hitch a ride or maybe stow away on some freighter that's leaving the place. Maybe a freighter that's a little bit shady, maybe a smuggling ship. There's a crash or multiple crashes. I'm gonna guess that at least one crash happens early on, and that's what sets everything in motion. It looks like this ship is transporting facehuggers as cargo, because that always works out, right? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them here. Maybe there's some buyer who wants to use them as a biological weapon or something? Man, these idiots never learn. Wouldn't you want to store them more securely, though? Maybe put them in some kind of cryo freeze or something so they can't get out? I don't know. I mean, what do they even have containing these things? Little plastic boxes? Like the facehuggers couldn't eat right through those? Come on, man. You go to all the trouble of capturing these bastards. Maybe you want to work a little harder to make sure they don't get out? Just saying. So there's a crash. That's what causes the flooding and that first facehugger to get free, and it snowballs from there. The other facehuggers escape. There's probably another ship crash, and almost everyone dies. Nice and simple. No need to get too fancy with it or too far up your own ass like Prometheus and Covenant did. Just a group of people in a spaceship trying to survive. It feels a lot like the original Alien, just with more xenomorphs. I like it. And just look at this imagery. Look at it! Oh, God, it's so fucking creepy. This is awesome. They nailed that shit. I mean, it's just okay. Holy shit. Guys, I reserve the right to be skeptical, but if it's possible to reignite that tiny flicker of excitement in my bitter, jaded fanboy heart, this trailer is working really hard to do that. It's hitting all the right notes. I'm not seeing any warning signs yet. It looks like they know what movie they're making and they're not trying to turn it into something else like other movies in the franchise have tried to do. It could still turn out to be shit, but I like what they're showing me right now. I'm not excited yet, but goddammit, I'm getting there. Don't you fucking dare disappoint me, movie. Thanks for watching this trailer reaction. While you're here, ding that bell icon and follow my social media so you can always be notified when I upload new stuff. The links are down there. And don't forget to do all the other YouTube things. Tell me what you thought of this trailer in the comments. Hit that thumbs up, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already, make sure you're still subscribed, and I'll be back with more real soon. See you next time.